Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road. So they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. They'll go play action with Nix. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the play fake. Nix. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Nix looking to throw again. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now a first carry here for their running back. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They're going. It's Nix. They'll roll him out right. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week in Charles. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this defense for the Vikings. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. A toss out right to Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. He's got Allen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
4th down to give to Gibbs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Waylon Allen, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Nix. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On play action, here's Nix. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 70 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Nix throwing on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out right at the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the 1st half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing on 2nd down. Nix steps away. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Nix. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 33 yards that time. Throwing Nix. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, here's Nix. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Nix. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 27 yards. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Nix to the air. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game, and as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run with Allen. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
They'll try to run with Gibbs.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Now it's Nix. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back to the air with Nix. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
In motion left comes Williams. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. He will have the conversion and more than that. And down to the 29-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Again, he'll drop to throw.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Second and 13. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the fourth. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape.
Taking it right down Broadway.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. Looking to throw. Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Flushed out right. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. 12 yards between them and the end zone. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Gibbs straight ahead.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll go play action with Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Nix to throw again. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. Drive reaches the end zone.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Nix. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Minnesota,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at